Previously on Tales of Arise, ALMEIDREA seemingly surrendered to the Darkwings, but when they tried to execute her, they died because she secretly spiked their food with the fruit of Helgen. She then gloated about killing Rinwell's clan, and Rinwell has to decide how to deal with her hatred of ALMEIDREA. Later, the party found the hidden wharf that ALMEIDREA fled from, and the sailor offered to help the party catch up to her ship. Okay, I want to do the solo novice challenges in the training grounds before I move on with the story. Yes, the next story boss is supposed to be really tough, so it's probably necessary. Yeah, somehow Rinwell is actually doing pretty well. Even her weakest wind art is actually pretty good against these enemies. Most of them are earth types because they have to pick the ones within a specific level range in order to make it possible for your party to win at level 25. You have to take advantage of the fact that her casting gets faster if her arts are used as part of a combo. I didn't actually use magic charge here. It's easier to just use basics, just try to get far away. Maybe use her water sphere move to protect herself, and then use any art. Yeah, Air Thrust has pretty good tracking, so it's actually a very reliable way to pick off the mobs even if they move around a lot.
Air Thrust! Magic is in! Air Thrust! Dance in the wind! Air Thrust! Magic is in! Air Thrust! Not in your dreams!
No, I could not break their spell in time. Oh well. Just keep running. Ow. Her movement speed is not fast enough to actually run out of the hitbox of some of the spells, huh?
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Blah blah blah, that air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Yeah, got him! That actually worked out pretty well. Surprisingly, despite even though I don't know how to play her. Yeah, there's not enough it's really hard to use magic charge in this situation, isn't it? That was great, I was so happy to see you win. I accidentally fell in my chair. It's not every day you see such immense refined talent on display, trust me. If I'm not mistaken, that's your first victory here. Well, celebrate your immense strength. I offer you a special prize. Use it to motivate you to attain even greater heights than before. Is our Mega Core ossified stem? Apple? Felt excellently in there. I can tell it really put your speed and decision-making through their paces. To commemorate that speed, I offer you a special prize. Take pride in it and use it to motivate you further. Rosemary. Well, I actually got a time bonus, surprisingly. And I get increased art casting resilience. Okay. Shionne. She's a gun type, but what kind of enemies will I put her against?
I won't forgive you!
Alright, her normal attack actually has a surprising amount of range. But the enemies around here are a little... those flying enemies are somewhat fast, aren't they? And some of her arts makes her dodge the side a bit. It won't trigger a flash dodge, but it could be useful if you know if the enemy is also using narrow projectiles. Like those gun-type Renan enemies. Some of her arts do have a bit of wind-up time, so you have to best be far away.
Burning strike! There, how's this? Gravitas field!
Yeah, these guys are pretty fast.
Who wants to die next?
But somehow I managed to pull off that combo before they could get to me. And a lot of guys. I probably should have used my boost attack here for best results. Pretty sure boost attack would be able to target all of them from far away compared to everyone else who actually does have to... everyone else will have to move closer to the enemy in order to use their boost darts effectively.
Burning strike! And again! Gemini Aqua!
I didn't even use her bomb abilities. I just did her arts at the her casting astral arts at the end of her combos because I know they'll cast faster. Supposedly, I think she has to pass for that, doesn't she? That was great. I was so happy to see you win. I accidentally flattened my chair. It's not every day you see such a man's refined talent on display. Trust me. If I'm not mistaken, that's your first victory here. Well, celebrate your immense strength. I offer you a special prize. Use it to motivate you to attain even greater heights than before. Yeah, she might not be as strong a caster as Rinwell, but the fact that she can use long-range arts first means she can just use her spells at the end of her combo for better speed. I probably could have even put an advanced or intermediate art at the end of her combo. Keen Gigafang, Demi-Human Talon, Spirit Bangle. Okay. And we got the speed bonus. But she didn't get a title for that. Maybe because they figured that because of her long-range spam, she would actually be the easiest. Maybe that's why she doesn't have a title. It's really weird. Everyone else seems to have a title for this. Okay, but Shionne was... this is actually the first time I used her in battle. I didn't even practice her like I did with some of the others, but I probably need to do some practice. I already know a little bit about playing Kisara and Law, but Dohalim I haven't actually used in melee yet. Thing is, he's not a long-range type, so it's not like I can just stick if I want to stick an astral art at the end of his combo, it would have to be... It would have to be a very basic one.
Coming through.
Alright, the good news is Dohalim does have some pretty good crowd control melee attacks, surprisingly. Probably due to the size of his staff.
The tempest engulfs you.
Yeah, look at that. His staff actually hits around him too. So it could be good if he's surrounded. But those enemies still don't stagger too easily.
The tempest engulfs you.
Even his overall DPS is not the highest compared to Alphen and Law. He's still very good at fending off multiple enemies at once, I feel like.
Elusive deity.
Though I still need to get more used to his combos. Demon's Lance does not have the best aim.
Crescent Flash. Elusive deity. Demon Lance.
Somehow I managed to clip that guy from really far away with Demon's Lance, but yeah, it might be useful situationally if you're trying to play keep away, but even then, it does not seem like the easiest art to use.
Begin! Demon Lance!
I'm going to have to relink some of these art setups, and Tempest actually lifts them in the air a little bit, I think. So it could accidentally make you trigger an aerial attack, which is very weird design because it doesn't even have a launch symbol on it.
Crescent Flash.
Ironic, one of the Earth Lord's best arts is his wind melee attack.
Dance on the wind. Elusive deity. No dawn shall break this night. I'll face you. Dance on the wind.
And that's a lot of monkeys.
Elusive deity.
And they can just snipe me out of the air if I try to jump.
No further.
Shoot, it looks like his Ivy boost attack is also very close to range. I'm too used to him not being playable, so I always get too used to him just running up to the enemy to do his boost attack automatically. That's an advantage the AI has, but the player character does not. I really gotta remember that when using melee characters. Shionne can get away with it because she's already long range, and Rinwell can get away with it because they already have a lot of range to begin with, but everyone else has to be next to the enemy as much as possible.
Negative gate.
He doesn't really have any other launch moves, does he? That's a shame. Maybe Raging Luna Storm, just go full ground combo.
Raging Luna Storm.
Ooh, that worked pretty well. Look at that range. I think it killed 2 at once.
Can you take it? Does it hurt? Can you take it? Crescent fly.
Yeah, I have high enough defense I can actually get through these on normal mode pretty easily, huh? Okay. First victory. Bizarre Megacore, Majestic Feather, and I got the speed one as well. And the title. Cool. Even though that was way more scuffed than the others. Okay, Law, let's see you do this. Alright. 2 armored enemies right off the bat. I probably should have tried to work harder to get them closer to each other so I could break both at once.
Eat this! Swallow dance! I'll finish you here and now! Set that shell's hiding.
Okay, that's one down.
First strike!
If only those bullets would go away.
Now I'm in the groove!
Mind Barrage. How am I still maintaining the awakening state?
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Now I gotta deal with flying type and a rush type. No more armored ones for me to take advantage of.
What happened there as you crossed?
And somehow I got into over limit.
I'll run you through!
Wait, getting hit in over limit didn't
Swallow dance!
take away my awakening? Weird.
See what I can do!
Am I just misreading it? I don't know.
I'll crush you!
Probably used it a bit too quickly, but he refills on his over limit pretty quickly. If only I could actually see the over limit resource. Don't know why they decided to make it invisible.
Eat this! I'll run you!
And I can't really do anything about that. It surrounds itself with a noise.
I'll run you through! Glimmer Dragon! Rip and tear!
And Renans. My gauge is not filled up. Ow.
Hurricane! Death Blossom! Eat this! We're not finished!
Okay, there goes my awakening.
First strike! Eat this! Swallow dance! I'm on a roll now! Shattering! To mess with me! I'll smash you! All good things come to an end. I'm just getting started. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
He goes in the over limit a lot quicker now, doesn't he? I think I have the passive set up that so that he goes in the over limit really quick. But I didn't do a good job of evasion. Oh well. A win's a win, though. Sturdy Megabone, Dragon Blood, Topaz Vest. That's where you get his Topaz Armor? What? Okay, give me my Lavender and my title. Increase normal attack limit. And let's get to AG as well. The good news, Kisara has really high defense, so she should be able to just survive almost everything.
No chance! Dazzling Spin!
Dazzling Spin also has a lot of hits. Yeah, she actually has good multi-hit attacks despite being the party tank. Crazy, huh? But she doesn't really have a way to deal with armored enemies that easily, other than just out-tank them. This is gonna be a little trickier. I have to watch out for his charge while dealing with all this other shit.
Tiger Blade! Falling Storm! Look sharp!
No long-range attacks either. Better switch back to semi-auto then.
Going in!
Well, I actually used the boost attack while being interrupted by the enemy. Kind of our own anti-combo move to use against the enemy.
Going in! Dazzling Spin! Falling Storm!
Okay, Falling Storm seems to be the best option here because it's a nerf type.
This one's mine!
I'm sure that later ones will require me to use a different variety of elements.
Tiger Blade! Falling Storm! Better if you don't get up.
Core broken. Nice.
Chargers to me!
Oh no. 2 different types of charging enemies. Great.
Far enough! Falling Storm!
Ow.
Falling Storm!
Actually taking a surprising amount of damage so far.
Nice try! Dazzling Spin!
What? It didn't even land on me. The heck?
Going in! Falling Storm! Leave the chargers to me!
But on higher difficulties, I probably have to do more perfect guards if I want to survive.
Now! Dazzling Spin! Falling Storm! Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help! This one's mine! Dazzling Spin! Falling Storm! Tiger Blade! I'm ready!
There we go. Just tank everything. Don't care. Story Megabone, Granite Fang, Celestial Whale, so I can do more fishing. I still got Verbena even though I didn't do the best DPS. More counterattack damage, new art. Oh good, and finally her aerial art. Sadly, Alphen is locked out of his flaming... well, he can still use Flaming Edge, but it's very dangerous to use it early in the round. Since he cannot heal at all. I don't think we get to use items in this fight. But he does have Demon Fang as a ranged option, so he can deal with all these enemies with their own long range.
Orochi's Fury! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Here I come! Orochi's Fury! Great! My turn! I'm not pissed on!
Okay, just you.
Orochi's Fury!
No, you're weak to wind.
Rising Light!
But that was not enough to core break.
Hurricane Thrust! Try harder!
Nice dodge.
Rising Wyvern! Tear! That's just Rising Falcon! Demon Fang!
Okay, this is gonna be tougher since they don't stagger easily at all, and there's 3 of them. And one has a ranged attack.
Not today!
He pointed the wrong way because I was targeting the other guy for some reason. So yeah, that wasted my hit points and my boost gauge.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
You know, just spam Demon Fang. It's probably the best I can hope for at this point.
Demon Fang! My turn! Rising Wyvern!
Even a counterattack won't stagger an armored enemy, huh?
Searing Gale!
I'm gonna take a huge risk.
You're finished! Next!
And then move on to the last guy.
Rising Falcon! Fire support! Fall back! Demon Fang! Support!
Whatever, I sloppy by 1. That was so great. Okay, whatever. I'm too lazy to retry it to be better. Just give me my title, damn it. Void Flash. He's your over limit. Okay, this one, a group battle, huh? Okay. Are we ready? These guys are higher level than before, that's for sure.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
That flash means they're in a speed mode, but it looks like if you actually hit them while they're flashing, they actually take 0 damage. It's like a flash dodge. I couldn't get them all with the boost break. Oh well.
Are those arms even natural? It's now!
Rotating pile drive. Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The first couple of enemies don't seem too bad yet,
Easy ensnaring.
but it gets way worse.
To me!
Into the Rising Wiper! More with that
Yep, bunch of wolves. Including the Alpha. And Dohalim has not charged up his boost yet.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Burn!
You get the gist.
I think I hit one dude with it. Better than I expected though, considering their evasion.
Rising Falcon!
Back into the
Do you require a hand?
And my team is getting slaughtered because of their speed.
No further! I'll face you!
Too much to handle.
On your knees!
Lunar
Rising
corruption.
Falcon!
Lightning control.
Now you see what I can do!
Casters.
Here I come!
Do it.
Rising off!
Hopefully I can get one of this AoE.
I'll heal you all.
Strike!
Flash.
Heal! Strike! Rise! I'm grateful. Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust! Rising Falcon! This one's all mine! They smite with blackened blade! Raining Flash! Execution! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Rising Falcon! Demon Fang! No dawn
Glacial
shall break
spear.
your mind!
Here's the evil. Here.
Raging Lunar Storm! Here I come!
And this is the tough part. It's two of those two-headed dog enemies, so that's 4 heads in total. And yes, they are all very tanky
Rising Wyvern!
with mid-boss tier hit point.
I'll heal you all.
Yeah, this does not inspire confidence.
Rising Wyvern! Make it gate!
And they are all speed type. Since I saw that flash. Yep, so they can be hit, so one of them got hit by Dohalim, so that's good.
Rising Elusive Infernal Torrent!
Well, since we don't get items, we have to rely solely on Dohalim and Shionne for healing.
Hold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic Vision!
As Mystic Art as a playable character, it looks way more refined than when he was unplayable, since he's in control of himself.
Flash! Penumbra! Blew away! Pile Driver! Raining Flash! And then you're dead.
Lunar corruption.
They could be efficiency!
It really overdid for this arena battle. The mini bosses themselves don't have overly difficult patterns, but they just take so long to kill. Maybe if I were a little braver and used more flaming edges, I could have gotten it done slightly faster. But it's also riskier because even if while I'm concentrating on one, the other could clip me with an attack and kill me. And since I don't get to use life balls, I have to hope my casters can revive me in time.
Let me free you!
Here's a hero.
I'm not done! A new melody!
Ow.
Now you see what I can do! Take this!
Yeah, I don't really have any breakable core parts on them either.
They could be efficiency! Clear for us up!
So there's no way I can get one of them stunned long enough. The only targets are their individual heads, that's it.
You're mine! Raining Flash! Void Flash! Hurricane Drive! Rising Falcon! Raining Flash! Blow away!
Flame of Fury!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Void Flash!
Raging Storm!
But once I get one down, it should become easier, right?
Raging Lunar Storm!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Dance in the wind!
Bestowed thy mystic
One more.
mercy!
So you didn't even get staggered for a long time by that Mystic Art? Seriously?
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Raging Roar!
I think Demon Fang actually pierces through enemies, so it could actually hit multiples of them at the time. Ow. Well, considering I can only target her head, maybe I would have been better off in manual mode for this fight.
On your
Coming through!
Really wish there was a dedicated Mystic Art button, though, instead of having to press 2 buttons.
An inferno!
This just feels wrong in terms of dexterity. 2 buttons is usually something you would expect for higher level Mystic Arts.
Our arts are being interrupted. I can carve through armor. Penumbra.
Try harder! My turn! Raining flash!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! My turn! Rising wyvern! Here I come! Rising wyvern!
Yeah, this thing is only slightly below halfway. That is way too tanky for an arena enemy. This is Novice, by the way.
Flew away!
Clear for us.
Void flash! Here I come!
There really needs to be a setting that turns off all melee type arts. I really wish you think Bamco would have implemented such a function already, considering that most people like to go triple mage formation anyways. But no, they just want to make things harder for us on purpose for some reason. I don't know why. Having multiple melee attackers does just makes things a lot harder in many ways. They must realize that after so many years of making these types of games, right? That's how it is in action RPGs. In a turn-based RPG, usually you want a very balanced team, but in an action RPG, it's easier to have like one guy act as bait while the others act as ranged attackers who deal the majority of the DPS. Even though their feet are bound, they still move so quickly.
Negative gate. Screw away. Demon Fang. Void flash. Firing gale. Negative gate.
And that did not kill them.
I'm ready.
That killed them.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Okay. First victory, give me my prize. Gold Synclaver Armor, Noble Azure, Lunar Inherited Coat. Yeah, it took me more than twice the target time because those 2 enemies were so tanky. But at least I beat it at around the recommended level this time. Having a healer really does help. Wait, we got something for this. Item Professor. I guess costume items count as well. Good. Seems like people here have new conversations for some reason. That's weird. This might not be the best place in the world to work, but at least you spend your days never having to worry about starving. You can't head out to fish in the ocean, but if you don't mind river fishing, there's a good spot outside with all the fish you could ever want. I thought you already told me that. I heard Lord ALMEIDREA set sail because she was abandoned in the realm. You think that's true? Hang about. Where does that leave us? Just standing here doing nothing? You must have Seawar between your ears. I ain't sticking around here, not when there's nobody left to order us around. I say we talk to Mahavar. He might have an idea what we should do. You know, recently instead of Nia's, most of the cargo coming in went to ALMEIDREA's ship. Guess she's been planning to blow this joint for a while. Yeah, no wonder she didn't care about all those about letting them have access to gunpowder. I heard there was a massacre back in Nia's. I wonder if my family's doing okay. The damn ALMEIDREA. Acts like she owns the whole damn joint and then takes off on her ship and leaves us out to dry. If I knew what she was planning to do, I wouldn't have let her just waltz on past. You say that, but she had legions of armored soldiers with her. There was no stopping her no matter what. Ready to go? Yeah. Alright, hold on, just hold on tight, because it's gonna get bumpy.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
Your party disbanded.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
Does that mean we won't be able to return to the mainland until we finish the dungeon? That might be inconvenient. I hope they at least have someone who can forge weapons for us. It'll take some time before we catch up to her, so feel free to go out and stretch your legs. Maybe check how the rest of your crew's doing.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing ALMEIDREA, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Thanks, Alphen.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about ALMEIDREA?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what ALMEIDREA did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would ALMEIDREA do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Renan really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that ALMEIDREA resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Dahnans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag-Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dahnan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I'm not one for optimism when there isn't sufficient evidence.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for ALMEIDREA were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shionne and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths ALMEIDREA did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, We Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadeye's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfont tell it, Deadeye wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shionne.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Erg.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about ALMEIDREA, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahavar has people like Deadeye's. But then there are people like Law and Shionne. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive ALMEIDREA. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to ALMEIDREA when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shionne mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shionne's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Maybe I'll take revenge on ALMEIDREA. She does seem like she'd be too dangerous to be left alive. The fact she can make so many boss Zoogles whenever she wants is pretty concerning. I don't want to get into an endless boss rush just because we spared her.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for ALMEIDREA's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shionne.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, It won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shionne?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
That ship had a better head start than I first thought. If you want to take a nap before things pop off, now's the time. Okay, rest.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Won't they shoot us?
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
They left a hatch open for us. It seems like they were expecting us all along and they're preparing a trap.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find ALMEIDREA.
Mobile Fortress Gradia. Members who have left return to your party.
Shionne, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahavar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Calaglia may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think ALMEIDREA plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shionne said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Wait, we can quick travel? Seriously? Weird. Huh. Dang, then maybe I would have been better off doing the entire arena after looting the entire ship. I can even return to the freighter? What if I do that? Is there gonna be a long animation?
Finally, some open space again.
Oh, good. There are shops here. That is actually really good. The Spectre Runaway Lord's not going anywhere anytime soon. Want to pull back for now? What, changed your mind? Well, whenever you're ready to embark, just let me know. This giant ship is practically an ocean battlefield. If you plan on raiding it, you better make sure you're in top shape before you go. I leave the rest up to you two. Give the Reina health so her fallen comrades can finally rest in peace. So she's a Darkwing. Huh. How'd she get on the ship? You're about to walk into a floating labyrinth of steel. I suggest you be prepared before you step aboard. Why couldn't they just put a quick travel point inside of ALMEIDREA's ship itself? That would have been more convenient. Life bottle times 3. Lettuce free.
Huh?
What's this? Is it just me or does it look like the one we ran back in Reveal? Ran to back in Reveal. Hold on, this one's actually made of astral energy. Maybe one of ALMEIDREA's traps. Crap, so what do we do?
Got it.
If I manipulate the astral energy, I could get rid of it, maybe. I'll just have to give it a shot. Okay. Absorb it, but it costs CP.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
I can feel my power growing.
Gold. Tomato. Peach shell.
Shield or my armor.
A lot of gold, wow. Milk. Beef. Orange shell. Access key A.
Anything like it?
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Actually, I may have enough Azure Crystals so that I can do an upgrade real quick. Yeah, I have 20 Astral Crystals. I can easily upgrade everyone except Shionne right now. Okay, I actually managed to grab a few things off screen. The access key B. Somehow I forgot to click the record button. Really hate when that happens. Okay, more experience going on here. But other than that, nothing really big happened. Just grab a few treasure pieces along the way. Here, there was some new armor for Rinwell, but other than that, nothing plot relevant. Fuck. Yeah, peach gel, mushroom, lemon gel was obtained. Piece of armor for Rinwell, and also a very low level accessory. Yeah. Okay, but record button's back on. What's here? Happy bottle. Okay. Egg. Improvement during experiment was a success. Lord Almeidrea will be most pleased. Her lordship is writing into Zoogle. The entire lab was almost fired over it. Horse meat, probably food for the Zoogles. Or maybe the Zoogle got the horse was turned into a Zoogle? I don't know. Anyways, right now that we need the access key. The first one only granted us access to the lower level. So we only have access to L1 and lower level with the previous access key. But maybe I think the next one gives us L2.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
How'd you get an owl on the ship? And also, looks like we yeah, there's a map on every floor. I don't know how accurate it is, though. Doesn't really give you details. Witch's Keep.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
You're patrolling. Yeah, I hope I didn't really miss too much back there in my to the lack of recording that area. Oh well. I'm only mostly show items anyway. Like, there was a Creepzilla, but that's about it. Okay, a barrier that I can't take down easily. Peach gel. Seriously, I should just keep my fucking recorder on all the time. Rice. Resist ring. Potato. Apple. Gold.
What's this?
Red saffron. Pepper. Butterfly wing.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Natural vest.
That equipment should come in handy.
Life bottle. Gold. Control panel. Okay. Wheat. Elixir. Pineapple gel.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
Access key C?
Key's been placed. It's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
She had a giant Zoogle, huh? A boss Zoogle. Is that what Hoodle's referring to? Okay, seems we have to explore L4 then. Another map. 2 paths. It's a maze.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
Gold.
What's this?
Flatfish. Mackerel. Orange shell.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind.
Knight armor. Alright, there's a new mini-boss. A recolor of the Great Dragon from that one quest.
Got it.
At least this time we don't have to worry about biting into other encounters. Apparently, you need this one in order to get a drop for Shionne's next weapon. But if you don't get all the drops this time, it turns out they'll start spawning in Adon Lake as well. So if you fail here, you could always just go to the lake and try to get lucky there. No, pretty much the same. Even the same 2-hit claw attack. Whoa, core broken already? Yeah, so this is it has the same element as the Great Dragon, so that means water is good against it. I really should use the Alphen's water projectile move, Howling Azure Storm, against the Great Dragon, but I might as well make up for it here.
Reflect on thy Azure Storm! They smite with blackened flame! Azure Storm! Execution!
Divine Strength! I'm only getting started!
Try harder!
Its aim is getting better. But even with the counterattack, I did not automatically track to the target I wanted to hit, did I?
The enemy wields arte too.
We'll soon see about that!
Strange that for this one, Rinwell actually closes in on the enemy to stop their cast. That's a little annoying considering I want her to be as far away from them as possible.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Just as easy as his original counterpart. Actually, easier because that doesn't have overlimit. Okay?
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Do I have enough to actually make Shionne's weapon? Yeah, I think I do, okay? There's the barrier. I should probably stop by the shop one more time.
That get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
Knight Guardsman armor. Okay, and Aquatic Guardsman armor.
The vermilion vegetation certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the ceaseless howling of the wind.
It should be easy to dry our laundry out here.
I can't tell if these two are actually having a conversation or what.
If Almeidrea's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, we've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidrea.
There she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Mesmald! Enjoy your meal. Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Right. She wants Rinwell to fall to hatred, but it's not really obvious what her plan is other than maybe causing Rinwell to make a critical mistake in battle somehow. I don't know. Alright, the boss has 3 targetable parts. Head, tail, body. Both the head and tail seem to have core break parts on them. But the tail is easy. The tail seems to be easier for ground type melee attackers to deal with. I would have to double jump in order to get anywhere close to the head. With the tail, I can at least hit it from afar using Howling Azure Storm or Double Demon Thing. Though Howling Azure Storm does lift off the ground a bit more, so maybe that one's better. I don't know their exact hitboxes. Maybe Double Demon Thing has a high enough vertical hitbox to actually hit the tail.
Freezing storm! Ice tornado!
Azure Storm!
Pierce evil!
Resonate with the earth!
Probably could have broken the tail more easily if I had used Flaming Edge more often, but still, it's not easy for me to do that with how strong the boss is. This boss can teleport despite its size. Pretty annoying.
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Azure Storm! Azure Storm!
Firmament render!
Rising Wyvern!
Brimming with hatred.
Not on my watch!
How dare you!
Take this! No escape! Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
Far enough!
Try harder! Now! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
There's always these wind pillars too. I assume that's ALMEIDREA doing uninterruptible casting or something. I'm not sure. But then again, there is a casting animation there. And then this one summons even more pillars than before. They'll all specifically chase the player character.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Dreams! Freeze lancer!
Yeah, I really should have tried to use a Flaming Edge right after Rinwell interrupts the cast. That probably would have been more efficient.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Anyways, for a moment, she's not going to take any damage at all. Because they don't want you to move things along too quickly.
Ready to go! Resonate with the
They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
Azure Storm!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah, take it away!
Your mom!
Burning!
She has a wind barrier, so even if you tried to double jump, you would never be able to hurt her.
Soaring Light Spear! Here I
Air pressure! I can do this all day!
It's an over limit, that is not good.
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Renan's clap!
For now, don't use any boost attacks. Not worth it right now, and you'll see why soon.
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Rising Wyvern!
Here, let me help.
Yeah, that Mystic Art interruption right there is scripted.
Now you see what I can do! Far enough!
You're mine! Blow away!
Where are you going?
Unfortunately, that means it's not going to work the second time around.
Blow away!
Too bad they didn't have anything like that for Ganna Belt's battle. Would have been nice if she could interrupt his indignation like that, but no, only Almeidrea's magic seems to work. Maybe because Almeidrea might have partially stolen it from the Dahnan mage clan. Okay, this is gonna be difficult.
Not while I'm around, she isn't.
You picked the wrong fight!
Gonna burn all my hit points for this.
This should do it!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall!
Damn. That was quite a risk, but it paid off.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Vholran, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Vholran. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Vholran.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What?
Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Is it going to be explained how he can hold her despite her having the Curse of Thorns? Maybe since he's the Warlord, maybe he's using his ice powers to numb the pain, or maybe he has some kind of special Renan armor underneath his coat.
Shionne!
Alphen!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
Retired Avenger achievement. Yep, we lost our healer. Well, one of our healers. Test subject 1273. The spirit channeling ceremony will begin shortly. Until then, you are to calm your mind and await further instructions. Why is this not voiced?
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
Astral energy charging almost complete. Output stable. Standing by. No map. No ability to save or enter menus. Can you Dahnans figure out where to go on your own? Or are you so stupid you managed to get lost in a tiny place like this? You have a job to do. Now do it. Return to your position. Daddy hasn't come home lately, so I decided to come visit him. But they won't let me go any further. It's not fair. I hope he finishes his work soon so I can see him. Looking at the statistics, a subject's biological sex appears to have almost no bearing on the rate of success or failure. How many of you... That's a lot of events. Seriously. I don't know who got in their head to start calling you sovereign. At the end of the day, you're nothing more than a test subject. You're only worth placing your physical aptitude for the task at hand. Your thoughts and feelings are of no concern. Done test subject as our sovereign, eh? I expect you to carry out your functions without falling apart like the others, understand? Another one bites the dust. Remember, 1273, you're an only success story. Do not let all our hard work and research go to waste at any cost. The harvester we deploy on Dahna is functioning as intended. It's gathering astral energy and transmitting it to Lenegis. I spent a lot of long days keeping a close eye on things, but soon that work will finally be over and I can get back to my little girl. Oh, it's you, 1273, or should I say Sovereign. You don't understand how much time and effort we've invested to create you as our lone success. We can't risk losing you to injury at this stage. The maiden will maintain control over things. You just focus on not breaking your concentration while the ceremony's in progress. If you want to see your home again, you'll have to do a good job here, 1273. To be honest, I was beginning to sweat bullets. If you hadn't worked out, who knows what we would have done. This is the first time we've managed to assemble a sovereign maiden ready for the ceremony, after all. But seeing you make it all the way to today has put my fears to rest. What's this place? 1273, you're not authorized to enter this room. Return to your position and wait for the ceremony to begin. Does the armor actually make them taller? Because all the other Renans are regular sized. Huh. Is this the test subject, ma'am? Wow, it looks just like us. On the outside, maybe. Inside, it's as uncivilized as the rest of them. You haven't forgotten my warning from earlier, I hope. No, ma'am. No touching the test subject, right?
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room.
You're not allowed to pass your Dahnan. Be patient and wait until preparations for the ceremony are complete. It's time, Alphen. It's finally happening, huh? Yes, we need to change into our outfits, then meet in front of the transference device. Once this is all over, you'll finally be able to return home. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm so sorry you got dragged into all of this. It's not your fault. Let's just do what we have to and get this thing over with. Right.
I just wanted to go back. To Dahna. To my home.
Alphen.
Leori.
Is this a lab?
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Leori. No! Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shionne. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone?
I was wondering why you still had that.
I need to find them. Better start looking.
Your party disbanded? Master Core of Wind? Why didn't Vholran take the Master Core, though?